So hello everyone, this is AetherNightmare. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Starting off a little later today because, yeah, I didn't sleep for beans last night. My phone keeps randomly vibrating, which appears to be both a combination of a glitch in Pokemon Go, as well as, like, iOS just being busted. So, yeah, that woke me up, like, every hour on the hour, and it's still occasionally gonna do that, so yeah, both apps are gonna have to patch that out, or I'm gonna have to sleep with my phone in another room or something. But, yeah, starting out late, so I might not have as much time to do stuff today, but let's see what all is needed of us. I think last time, yeah, we rescued the Sylph Elder, and I don't know where I currently am. What hotel room am I in? I'm in the Black Shroud, so I'm in Gridania. Let's see if there is any Gridania hand quests that I can start out with. Since we're not doing MSQ just yet, and it is later in the day, it might be a good idea for me to put bar on. Hello, Snoopy Pants. How are you? We are just doing some crafting quests at the moment in Final Fantasy XIV, since I don't have as much time to stream today. Seeing what all needs to be done in the background, since I've leveled up a bit. Yeah, what does Beaten need of me? It's good you've come. Your talents are needed for a commission. The client asked for you by name, in fact. It would seem the adventurer-turned-carpenter has earned themselves a reputation. You are to craft a walnut cane of unparalleled quality. When it is ready, bring it to me. I will not permit you to deliver anything less than perfection. Okay, high quality walnut cane. I'm assuming it would be... Nope, it's a little lower. Walnut cane. I need growth formula beta, which I think I can get from... oh gosh, the lavender beds area. I could probably also buy some off the marketplace. And I need some walnut lumber. I might have some growth formula beta sitting in my inventory. I guess we'll... Has this been here the whole time? It looks different in here! Have these people been here I don't recall this, like, being here. Have I lost my mind? Maybe it changes by season, what comes and goes in, areas in Final Fantasy XIV. I've noticed too, like, in the Botanist Guild area, there was, like, pumpkins when I thought for sure it was, like, lavender and stuff in there. Maybe because it's autumn. But I don't remember some of this stuff being in here. What? Let's check the supplier first really quick. Growth formula. Alpha? I know I can make some as an alchemist too. What do I need to make it? Growth formula gamma. That's not it. I need beta. Rock salt, quicksilver, and jellyfish umbrella. I've really been lacking in the jellyfish umbrella. I really need jellyfish umbrellas. Quicksilver is easy enough to make. I can make it from cinnabar, which I'm pretty sure I have. It's the jellyfish that I personally struggle with. Might be in my best interest to drop off some stuff in my inventory anyways. Let's head over to... not the amphitheater. Which one of these is... the shopping district. The place changes in different seasons, even though I haven't seen that place before. Maybe. I mean, it is an MMO, so a lot of stuff changes in between sessions, you know? Let's see, where's the bell? It should be... there we go. People stand in front of it, and sometimes it's, like, really hard to see. Alright, I have regular jellyfish. I have ocean clouds. I don't think I can turn them into, like, the jellyfish parts that I need, though, which is weird. Do I have any... that's hummus. That's cinnabar. Do not mix up the two. One is an edible delicacy, dipped in chips, and the other will kill you. So, distilled water, effervescent water, growth formula. I don't see any of that or jellyfish. Some of the stuff I'm gonna need to put away soon too. Bomb ash I still need. I could probably get rid of some of these. Like secretions. I need to get rid of the seeds. These are really cluttering. I've been selling them since other people need them more than I do. But so much of stuff that is in my inventory is like necessary for crafting at the moment. Mithril sand, I don't need it at the moment. I'll eventually need it for something. I don't need any more princess trouts. I'll probably eventually sell those. Especially since other people need them for a quest. Let's see if I can get growth formula. Really? Growth formula. There we go, I can find it this way. 30? I don't need 30. Especially not at that price. Especially since... No, I just want to see what... Yeah, on the market, it says it's sold for 64 gil. I'm definitely not buying it for 224. It's also tech jellyfish. Helps if I can spell. Jellyfish umbrellas. It's still really pricey, but we can make some of our own this way. So let's make some growth formula. Actually, first we need to make quicksilver. Let's make 2 quicksilver. Shouldn't take very long. Okay, growth formula, beta. Since jellyfish, I believe you have to kill enemies in the wild, so it's a random chance whether or not you'll actually get any drops. For me to actually farm it, I would probably have to go out to Costa del Sol. There are jellyfish that are lower level than that, but the higher the level the enemy, the more likely you are to get drops. So, yeah. Okay, that's growth formula. Let's go to carpenter. Let's make... How much walnut number do we need? 1. Walnut lumber is a little bit of a pain in the butt with my current tools, but... If we get lucky, it should be okay. I need to make a better saw. %. Oop, damn it. That's what I get for not paying attention. It's fine. Alright, walnut lumber done. And now for a set of walnut cane. So I need one of these and the lumber we just made. And boof, there we go. If you're really feeling pressed, you can always just buy a high quality item off of the marketplace too, but you get more experience from crafting it for the first time. We need to go this way. I know I always start with these and they should be the end points, but I'm weird like that. Have you made the cane? And they technically count as story quests, so I don't feel too bad about it. You've done well. The gentle curve of the crook appears natural, as if it was destined to take such a shape. Indeed, your skillful application of growth formula has imbued this cane with new life, giving it the appearance of unworked wood. Wands and canes are perhaps the purest expression of the carpenter's creed, and the finest finished product is a celebration of the wood's past life. Conjurers are, of course, highly attuned to the natural world, hence it is no small coup to craft a cane that satisfies. But your cane should meet with the client's approval. You may go and deliver it to the Adder's Nest. Which is... where? Okay, that's over here. That's not too far. I keep seeing all these cute umbrellas as of late since it's been really rainy in-game. Yes, I'm waiting for the carpenter from the guild. Why do you ask? Got your order. So this is Beaten Fame's disciple. It pleases me that I can finally put a face to the name. I am Gerhard. Though I myself have no talent for conjuring, it is plain to see that this cane is extinguishingly wrought. Aye, the cane is not for me. It is meant for a conjurer recently assigned to my unit. Her name is Panette, a talented but stubborn soul who has thus far resisted my every attempt to integrate her into our ranks. I've been here long enough that the Gridanians can be rather protective of their city, and this can manifest itself in a deep mistrust of outsiders. However, I cannot simply order her to set aside her prejudices. I need her to trust me of her own volition. It is my hope that by giving her this cane, she will at least accept my leadership. You will find her in Stillgate Fane. Please give it to her on my behalf. Which is... a little ways. Not too far, though. It's still in the city. I get the feeling I'm gonna have to, like, sprint over to a dungeon or something eventually. Which reminds me, I should pop over to the Cutter's Cry. Since I'm over level 35, I can probably unlock it. That is not the right delivery spot. It is you. How long does the captain intend to keep me waiting? Does he have any idea how little time a conjurer has to spare? A gift? That Alamegan kept me waiting this long for some trinket he did not even see fit to deliver himself? Typical. These foreigners truly don't have the first idea about... Oh, gods, it can't be a walnut cane? And one so finely wrought that I scarce believe it man-made. Yeah, that was a quick change in tune, wasn't it? To conjurers, our canes are the physical representation of our connection with the living world. They provide a focus for us to channel the forces of nature and weave spells. To possess a cane made of walnut is a dream most conjurers share, and I am no different. I see the beauty of this cane and the heart of the person who made it. That an outsider could craft such a flawless cane, Forgive my impropriety, adventurer. I have never paid outsiders much mind. Imagine them incapable of comprehending Gridanian tradition. Yet it seems that it was I who failed to comprehend. You have humbled me, adventurer, and opened my eyes. It is clear that you have worked hard to learn our ways, as has Captain Gerhard. I cannot thank you both enough. Though I do not deserve this cane, I swear that I will do my utmost to earn it. My thanks again, adventurer. Should you meet with the captain before I do, please convey my gratitude.
And then we get to go all the way back.
I should probably just hoof it, actually. I don't think there's any... Yeah, there's not any nearby warps. I kind of wish there was a few more, but... MMOs are slightly designed to be time wasters. Just saying. Because, you know, subscription fees and all that. I knew it would not be easy pleasing her, but I never doubted that Beaton's finest could deliver. I wonder, how is she? Still working too hard, I presume. So it goes. Anyway, duty calls. Thank you again. Please give my regards to the Timber Master. Even though he's right here, you two could just talk to each other. You don't need to send me. Welcome back. Was the client satisfied? Interesting, so the client was not a conjurer himself. In any case, I'm glad to hear that the intended recipient was satisfied. I must know, who is the client? I only received their messenger, and I cannot fathom why they would not come in person. Gerhard, you are certain? I thought him far from Gridania on campaign. When did he return? And why would he not greet me in person? We have known each other for so many years. Well, I can only assume that his duties leave no such time for niceties. I'm glad to hear that he is home and well. Thank you for attending to this request. I look forward to our next meeting. Okay, I know I already have one of these. Do I have velveteen short gloves, though?
I do not know.
Level 32, but not high enough to take on the next level quest. So that's it for Carpenter at the moment. Let's check on a few other trades. Equip our best stuff just to make sure that we're not getting stiffed when it comes to rewards. Oh, there's a part of me that's like, since it's 3, should I go over to the Cutter's Cry and then come back? Like, I know it's kind of a waste of time, but... Just checking. Let's head over to... Just let me look at the journal. Leaves, Ulda, Golden Opportunity, Old Wisdom, Dishonor Before Death, yeah. I think I needed to be level 35, but I'm 39, so we should be good. Yeah, it says I'm capable of doing it, so let's get that unlocked. Dungeon unlocks are kind of a priority at the moment, and I really need to make a second retainer because my inventory is starting to cry. Let's get this open. Let's see where I'm going. I can have 2 free retainers. Any more than that increases my subscription fee every month. So I probably won't do more than 2. I find it kind of weird that you can have like 20 different characters, but you can't have like 20 different retainers. The Cutter's Cry is a labyrinth of sand-ridden caverns, and you hear that? It sounds like the whuffing snort of a fire catchings. That's the Chimera. Not that I've ever seen it. Sure, go right in. If you're that certain of your ability to make it out in one piece, just don't expect me to go trotting in with you. No matter how hard you wail and holler. You promised old Cybold the Stoic, did you? It's what we call a man of principle, he is. A little too much principle, I'd say. What with wanting to live with when you've a wife home, big with a child. Aye, the tale that is rather fading... Oh my god, the way these people speak. Aye, the tale goes that rather than facing the fate spun by Nemea, he hid behind the mangled body of his leader and watched his companions were torn apart one by one. Also that he might return home to see his son born. Should he have died a hero rather than living a coward? Was being able to see his son worth having the boy grow knowing his father was a craven? A disgrace to his friends and family? Should I ever find myself faced with a similar decision, would I have the courage to walk the righteous path? Now you know the true reason I will never step into that cave. So you don't really get to judge him then. Ooh. These are all good, actually. I'll go with this one, since it's based off of my... Damn it! my class. It's better, apparently. What's it look like? Yeah, I got that Dark Souls look to it. I'll go with this. So we can now take on the Cutter's Cry as a dungeon. So it's 38. Ooh. I'll probably join in, but since I don't have to sit here while I wait, I'm probably gonna do some other stuff. Is there stuff in Ulda that I can do? Ooh, there's the wake going on. Golden Opportunity, Old Wisdom, New Ways. I know the MSQ is over in Gridania, but we're closer to Ulda, so I'll probably go to Steps of Nald. Please don't ping while I'm warping. Please don't ping while I'm warping. It's always a concern. I think I have these, don't I? Yeah, I have the next stuff for the mining quest. So that'll pop when it pops. We're queued in for a dungeon, it just needs to do its thing. Needs to go... Yeah, it's down this way. How goes your search for carbonized matter? Don't forget, it's 15 fragments that I want. I fucking knew it. Okay, I need to wait. I need to go change characters, like, really fast. Go back into here. Commence. Okay, this one's gonna be a butt because of the Chimera. Chimera means I'm gonna have to keep an eye on my chat. I know it's covered for you guys, but... how this dungeon boss attacks is based off of its eyes. Did you read what its eyes are in the chat window? I don't remember which is which, though. I kind of wish they were different colors. Purple and blue are really, really close together. Let's get Tank Stance going. Replenish ranks. Adding members. Oh no. Are you guys missing members? One or more party members are new to the duty. Alrighty then. There we go. Sometimes people leave, either because of disconnect or party differences or whatever, so we had to summon another DPS. Kind of makes me think there might have been friction in this party, though. I always am hesitant with joining parties that aren't complete like that, because that's usually a sign that somebody left. Usually that means there was drama. Occasionally it's bad internet, but like, a good majority of the time it means drama. Hence why the chat window is covered. Most of the bugs on me, please. I can lower their defense because there's finally more than one of them. Yeah, these people have some later character classes as well, so they're not noobs. Do we have 2 red mages in here? Okay, lots of enemies. Let's get some shielding. This is definitely going to be the dungeon I'm going to be using to level up in my own time. Let's also potentially get the map up as soon as it loads. Here we go. Gives me a better idea of where I'm going. I kind of hate that it doesn't auto-update in dungeons. I don't need to know what the outside looks like. I need to know what the inside looks like. Oh, that's big. That's a big blast. Okay. Hold all of them, which is good. Eventually I'll probably need to turn off effects too, because some of these later classes take up just the whole screen with stuff going on. I can't see shit. Scholars and red mages are kind of really big offenders in that regard. Or was it the sage? Whichever one shoots lasers. Tend to forget which one is which. Since it's danger, I was gonna say I think this one summons. Start group targeting as soon as they get in here. There we go. Eyes on me, please. And pit no longer sealed. Treasure open. Orp. Elmo, I think that's tank. Yeah, it is. That's all I'll need for that. Pass on that. There's so many people go right in this dungeon, and I'm just kind of going with the other people because they're ahead of me, but taking the left path is actually better in this dungeon. It's so hard getting groups to agree with you, but left side has treasure. So many people default to the right because they're just used to it, but left is actually the better path. Sorry. Too many people also want to get through here as quickly as possible, and that makes no sense. Like, why are you even running the dungeon if you want to avoid enemies? Because the amount of enemies you kill actually determines how much experience you get at the end, guys. I think people forget that. If you're running it for treasure, you have a higher probability of getting the treasure you want by opening all the chests. And if you're running it for experience, you're gonna get better experience by killing more enemies. And too many people remain oblivious to that. Which is why, especially with later dungeons, I prefer to run it with people I actually know. Rather than just randos. Because this clearly isn't your guys' first dungeon run. And even if you're doing it for the daily leveling one, the daily leveling mission, it's still best to kill more enemies because it's going to scale to your own level, but it's going to base it still off of dungeon completion status. So again, how many enemies you kill. Okay, this one's a pain in the butt. I remember this one. Waiting for a healer to come in here. Guys, don't aggro it without healer coming through. Patience! Why do you play an MMO if you have no patience? Gonna tunnel pretty soon. Alright, get out of the way. Get to the corners. Okay, he's coming towards me, so I gotta... tried to get out of the way. He's eventually gonna do another move that's a great big suck down into the center of the arena. the center. Get as far away as you can. Alright, that wasn't the suck, but it was still... Typically, whenever he goes under, you want to get towards the edge. You aren't always going to be able to predict what move he's going to do, but you want to get out of the center. How much space do I have on my PC? A lot. I know I have at least a 1 terabyte SSD that I play games off of, and then I have another couple terabytes for storage internally. Externally, I have about 5 terabytes of external storage, too, for hard drives. If I am not currently playing a game, I don't keep it installed. So that helps. And a lot of it's not even all in one build. I tend to add storage as I go, as needed. Rule of thumb, though, is I only keep games installed if I'm actively playing them. The SSD is reserved only for games that I'm currently playing. I also do not record to my solid-state drive. I record to a internal hard drive. Just to preserve the storage my operating system actually runs on. Since I read and write a lot via recording and uploading and editing. All the editing, all the recording, etc. I do on a separate internal hard drive. I don't do it on a solid-state drive. Lest I risk corrupting it. Even though I keep a lot of games backed up on hard drives, I always transfer them over to the solid-state drive if I'm going to play them for an LP. And once I'm done with it, I remove it. Just for maximum performance, because certain games, especially for things like Dolphin, some games only run properly on solid-state drives. It's the loading times that they need. Guys, I'm literally... My DPS ran off while we were still killing shit. Come on, guys. Patience. Let me guess, they probably aggroed the Chimera while I'm in the cutscene. Well, too bad. Yeah, they did. That's what you get. Did dragon go near? Did they change it from colors? Okay, this I need to know. Now burn violet. Did I do okay? Yeah, okay. Yeah, they did change it to dragon. Like dragon and lion. So keep eyes on chat. Now burn violet, get up close. Okay, if it's blue, you need to go far away. Focus on a single target. That's not me, so I don't need to do anything. If the chat window says that they're blue, you gotta run away. If it says that it's violet, you gotta get up close. Violet, get up close. I know you guys can't see it, but Censored out for team stupidity. Just for Twitch's terms of service. It's not giving me a huge window to read these. Violet again. Blue, get away. Get away, get away, get away. Did it do it? Focus on a single target. It's not me. Whoever gets targeted needs to move. It's somebody doing a limit break. There we go. All done. Oh my gosh, that's a cute bunny costume. I didn't get to notice until we got up close like this. Can now accept job quests and levels, but I can't even commend anybody because they all left. Wow. Wow. Less caffeine, people. Some parties just suck, okay? It doesn't matter what game you play. Some parties just suck. But anyway, Cutter's Cry is done, which means I can return at any time. Do I know about load shedding? Not really. If it's something to do with the cloud, I'm probably not super interested. I tend to only use cloud saves and stuff. Very sporadically. I don't really trust the cloud save too much. How goes your search for carbonized matter? Don't forget, it's 15 fragments that I want. It's in here somewhere. If that has anything to do with cloud saving whatsoever. Sorry, I kind of got distracted. Aye, precisely 15 fragments of grade 1 carbonized matter. Well done. Now I expect you're keen to learn about materia. Well, the first thing I should tell you is that it's not been around for very long, in Eorzea at least. Knowledge of its use only came to our shore a few years back. The process of enhancing equipment goes something like this. First you take well-worn gear and extract materia from it. Don't ask me how. Then you take that materia and attach it to the item you want to enhance. This procedure is known as melding, that once required catalysts, like the kind you brought me. I should mention at this point that the actual task of melding is something that only skilled disciples of the hand should attempt, that weavers, goldsmiths, and so on. These people used to depend on us disciples of land to supply them with catalysts. Then catalyst-free melding was discovered and we lost a small source of work, but that was just progress for you, and I try to be happy about it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this was an actual staple of how materia melding worked in like the earlier versions of the game. I guess they've scrapped it. Much like how they drastically changed dungeons. Now there's various kinds of materia, each offering unique benefits. And as I'm sure you've guessed, some of them can be exceedingly useful to miners. It's of which I recommend you seek out. Once you've found materia that you like, you need to just ask a friendly disciple of the hand to do the melding for you. I'm sure there's one amongst your acquaintances. Guess we'll just go with coin for now. Yeah, sorry about that. Sometimes when dungeons get heavy like that one and I need to pay a lot of attention, it makes it harder to read the chat. Ah, you couldn't have come at a better time. One of our members has taken ill, you see, and I need someone to handle the work assigned to him. Tell me, are you familiar with effervescent water? Alchemists use it to make a substance called natron. And bakers use natron for leavening, that is, raising dough. Without it, there'd be no ginger cookies, crumpets, or blood currant tarts. You may have gathered, I'm fond of the odd sweet here or there. It's baking powder, also known as floof soda. I watch a lot of Dylan Hollis, what can I say? As you may have gathered, I'm fond of the odd sweet, or 3. Of course, effervescent water is good for more than just baking. A lot of miners ask for a drop of it in their drinks. Makes the stronger stuff a bit more refreshing, you see. And let me tell you, there's nothing better than to wash away the dust of a hard day's mining. But you didn't come here to hear my thoughts on food and drink. You came here to learn about mining, and so you shall, by producing some effervescent water for me. But the Alchemist Guild needs 15 bottles of the stuff, and urgently. They couldn't stress that enough. From what I can make out, they themselves are scrambling to fulfill an urgent order from Natron from the Bismarcks of Limsa Lominsa. It's one of Eorzea's finest restaurants, in case you didn't know. Anyway, you'd best be going. I'll need you to work fast to make up for the time wasted chattering about sweets and grog. Oh, and you shall best luck mining around Buskin's Scar, over at the Black Shroud. Not that type of load shading. The load shading that makes electricity off for a while. It doesn't happen there, I think. I have no clue what you're talking about. I am sorry. Do you mean like crypto mining? Because I'm not really interested in doing that kind of thing with my graphics card. I have enough graphics card issues already. I kind of want this thing to last as long as possible. And this thing, for whatever reason, it's been temperamental ever since I got it, so... I kinda don't trust it to not go boom. For whatever reason, the 3070 that I have is just sorta... It's kind of been a temperamental card, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't expecting it to be this cranky. My GTX 1070 was so much less cranky than my RTX 3070. So let's see, what is next? Can we... Does Alchemist have anything new? Down below? I guess I can look this way. Yes. Thankfully, I don't need to bump my gains up too much graphically either, just because Twitch maxes out at like 1080p for me. I can only stream at my current bitrate, which is kind of crappy because my internet is so rural where I am. I can only do like 4,000 because otherwise my internet is just like, I choose not to live anymore. So that's another thing. Also, my screens are only 1080p. You disturb me at the most delicate stage of my experiment. Your timing is, to say, my dear assistant, your timing could be more fortuitous. For you see, once again, the incorrigible colleagues have foisted upon me a most unstimulating assignment. You can imagine my consternation at this continued effrontery, but when I consider the ease at which you performed your prior task and my desire to find a greater challenge to test your alchemical aptitude, the solution to this onerous situation became glaringly obvious. Thus do I turn to this misappropriated duty to a more fitting recipient. Your task this day is to manufacture a pinch of the highest quality natron. Again, do you understand that this order cannot be filled with an average sample? Yes, but I must warn you that the quest for greater quality may ensnare you with an entirely new obsession. Do I have some already? Like, my PC that I have built is totally capable of, like, 4K 60 recording, but my internet, not so much. Which is kind of a... Again, effervescent water. I'm pretty sure I have some. I'm pretty sure I have some in storage. Effervescent water, I mean. As is, the video quality that I broadcast at is limited because I can't broadcast any higher than this without it just crapping out. Twitch goes up to, I want to say 6,000 kilobytes per second, but I can only do 4,000 because otherwise my internet is just done with my business. I can get a little closer, can I? Yeah. And at 15,000 for YouTube uploads, as is for the 1080p 60, it takes me approximately triple whatever time it takes for the video's length. So if the video is an hour long, it takes me about 3 hours to get it uploaded. So if something is 4 hours long, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it takes about 12 hours to get a video up onto YouTube. So that's another reason why I don't do any higher quality. I'm totally capable of it, but my internet cannot handle it. And if at any point my internet boops in the middle of that, of which there is a high chance of it for doing, I'm just screwed. So I gotta start all over. Distilled water, Seagrot water. Where's effervescent water? I know there's some in here. There's gotta be. This is my regular inventory. I'm a dumbass. Distilled water. There we go. Effervescent water. I have plenty. Both for delivery and for other stuff. Let's get some of this out of here. I don't need it. I need chamomile. I need to hang out a chamomile. I can probably get rid of the cinnabar. Seagrot water. Yeah, this is full. Oh no, I'm gonna have to make another retainer in the background. Alright. We have effervescent water is ready. Let's get some natron. Ooh, right. I forgot my alchemist isn't actually that great in terms of equipment. Should have been paying more attention. Am I gonna have enough? Alright, we're good. Okay, alchemy is done, and so is mining, so let's do both. How fare you in the quest for the quality nature, and I understand only too well that the lure of attaining perfection, but as the alchemist, the timing of results may also be a consideration. Quality is good, but so is how long a product takes. Which is kind of what I just discussed with my own video quality. Let's inspect the fruits of your labor. Yes, the substance is indeed natron, and with a pitch of powdery magnificence it is. With this level of quality, it will perform wonders in any field of application. I would not be surprised to see our client return time and again for more and more. You shall be doomed to create nothing but our wondrous powder for the rest of your living years. Lest you think that is a jest, I would have you realize the sheer range of practical use of the material. It is found in the manufacture of glass, the treatment of wool, and even the mixing bowls of culinarians. Though alchemy is required to produce natron, the substance is of far greater value to many other disciplines. In this way, it benefits alchemical discoveries to find their way into every facet of civilized life. The era of which we alchemists were branded as crazed heretics is all but a forgotten path in the history books. Not that I'm overly... if only. Not that I'm only concerned with such opinions. The current attitude of acceptance merely allows me to continue my research with relative freedom. You understand. The manner of which my work might eventually be put to use is of little interest to me compared to the results themselves. I do not seek to contribute to the well-being of society nor amass a glittering fortune overnight. No, my entire being is focused on one thing, and one thing only, so I will have one last task for you to perform. Once it is done, I shall permit you to assist me during my ascent to the absolute pinnacle of alchemy. There we go. Level 30, which opens us up to the next quest. I see you have further immersed yourself in the bog of alchemical pursuit. The time is ripe to once again gauge the degree of mastery you have thus far attained. And if by divine providence a task suited to such a purpose has but recently landed on my workbench, the client requests the creation of 3 high-quality flasks of weak binding potion, a sublime toxin indeed. I technically have some, but it's probably too low of quality, ironically enough. Do not flinch from the mention of this potion. If one means to learn the art of preserving life, one must also become intimate with death and destruction. Yes, with but a single spoon of the chosen concoction, alchemy can restore health or cause grievous harm. Keep that in mind for his quest. That's actually a little bit of a hint. This is the perfect ignition to the deeper secrets of our discipline. Do not tarry a moment longer. To work! Okay. Yeah, I only have shitty... Oh, blinding potion. I thought he said binding potion. So I need quicksilver, I need bat fangs, I need bat fangs. All things I had! All things I had! That I put away. Oh, we need bigger inventory. Better Final Fantasy XIV inventory 2023, please. Or at least 2024 with the Dawn Trials patch. Can we get just like one more square even? cluttered it just to have it bite me in the butt. I need to sell some of this paint. They look about the same, but they're not the same. Alright, bat wings. Where's my cinnabar? Nope. Nope. Yes. The irony. Alright, need some quicksilver. Damn it. Quicksilver. Psych it for not paying attention. Weak potion. There. Can I put the bat parts away now? Yeesh. Take care that the blinding potions you concoct are especially efficacious. The creation of such exquisitely dangerous substances is a reward in and of itself. Why we can't just throw bleach on our targets, I don't know, but gently now, gently, yes, one can almost grasp the strands of inky darkness swirling within these baleful brews. Though it may appear lethal, this concoction is not designed to steal life, only sight, an unpleasant mix of bat remains and quicksilver. Yeah, bat remains and liquid mercury. Gotta love it. My eyes begin to water at the thought of the ingredients. Such potions as you have created hold the potential for all manner of dastardly deeds. Bear the flask with pride as you deliver them into the hands of the Mihote lass who await you in the Pearl Lane. They're not lethal. Yes, they are. That's liquid mercury. Quicksilver is liquid mercury. Yes, they are lethal. What the hell? And no, I have not forgotten her name. She apparently did not give one when she left the Order. I know that the lass is affiliated with one of Ul'dah's resident bandit gangs. Swiftly now, let's not test their patience. She is... Where? Okay, she's here. She's in the... You know, as weird as it sounds, I might actually go to the mining guild first. Ooh, there was a little bit of a delay in that. Internet go burr. How'd you come to think of that amazing yellow bird? What yellow bird? The chocobo? 15 bottles of effervescent water, quick as you can. And remember, you're likely to find it at Buscarin's Scar, over at Gridania's South Shroud. And if so, it's not actually my bird, it is Alpha from the Chocobo Dungeon series. Who, fun fact, you can have as a pet in this game. Right in the nick of time. My thanks. I'll see to it that these are sent over immediately. But before I do, I should probably expand a bit on what we were talking about earlier. And let me see really quickly. Share. Copy link. Oops. Damn it. Not that. It's gone to hell. Is this little guy you're talking about? Specifically the part about mixing spirits with effervescent water. See, I wasn't lying when I told you a lot of folk find the combination refreshing. It is refreshing. In fact, adding a bit to bubbly water makes the stuff go down so easily you have to be careful not to drink yourself under the table. I say that partly for your own good and partly because the lad whose task you just took care of wasn't careful. Daft Sod threw up right where you're standing. Oh, but it didn't end there. He then slipped in his own puke and split his head open on the bar on his way down. Suffice to say, he won't be working for a while. That's one way to get called out sick. Thankfully, you took up the slack and all is well with the guild once more. I could do with a few more like you. Keep up the good work, you hear? Ooh. None of it's better? Really? Alright, if you say so. Wait. I didn't send the right link. Huh. Did that not send the right... Yes, it did. Why did it look different? Huh. No, that's the right link. Never mind. Chocobo Mystery Dungeon, everybody. But that's what my little avatar mascot is. He's a chocobo. The games have actually been around for a really long time. Even the game I sent you on Switch is actually a Wii game. And the other ones were all the way back on the Wonder Swan. But they were never released in America. Eventually they came to... The sequel came to PS1. And then another one came to this, the Wii, but... Alberta has mind to assign you a challenging commission. Just the person I was about to send for. There's another order I want to help with. See, it comes from the Gladiators Guild. Via the vice foreman himself. You recall the time I had you produce obsidian? Well, this time I need you to find wyvern obsidian, which is a good deal rarer. How rare, you ask? Let's just say I've handed the stuff to no more than a dozen times my life. So yes, it'll be a bugger to find, but don't worry, you won't be working alone. It just so happens that one of your guildmates has volunteered for the task. And considering how difficult it's likely to be, I've decided to have two of you working together. Your partner's name is Wide Gully, and he's waiting for you at the far side of the stage. Go over and introduce yourself, and he's likely to tell you all you need to know. Run along now, and good luck. Let me just reorganize things here for a hot second. There we go. Stream go burr. You must be Bren, the Guildmaster's pet. I have heard much and more about you. They tell me you got talent. Trouble is, you're an adventurer, and anyone with an ounce of sense knows that adventurers can't be trusted. Adelberta's sorely mistaken if she thinks you're any different. Likewise, she's sorely mistaken if she thinks I'm gonna help you find 15 chunks of wyvern obsidian. I'd sooner fall on my own pickaxe than see you take credit for my hard work. Like said, I'm not risking getting kicked out of the guild for disobeying a direct order. Luckily, there's other ways to handle this. What do you say to a contest? It's nigh on as good as cooperating, and so long as the client gets what he wants, Adelberta won't have any cause to complain, will she? So here's the deal. We mine for wyvern obsidian separately, and whoever brings the better haul, that is to say the purer haul, is the winner. Simple, yes? Now we both know I've been doing this a lot longer than you, and I won't have it said that I trounced a novice. So to make it all the more interesting, I'll give it to you as long as you want. For all the good it'll do to you. Oh, and you can even go and talk to the client if you like. His name's Froger, and you'll find him outside the Gladiators Guild. Might be, as he can tell you something useful. But yeah, Chocobo's Dungeon is sort of like the background lore in Final Fantasy for the boss known as Omega. So if you're familiar with the certain tropey machine monster, you get to learn a little bit more of his backstory from these games. Chocobo Dungeon games, I mean. So let us head over to... I believe Sapphire Avenue Exchange was next. Oh, Obsidian Race is still ongoing, so let's head over here instead. My brain's being pulled in too many directions. Come on, focus. I am Froger. What can I do for you? You're into a contest with Wide Gully, you say? I don't envy you. I don't know much about mining myself, but I do know that Wide Gully is good at his job. You can't be Deep Canyon's son without knowing a thing or two about being a miner. Anyway, I've no idea who whose idea this contest of yours was, but if it means getting goods of better quality, you won't hear any complaints from me. Now, if you wanted to ask me about Wyvern Obsidian, didn't you? Well, I'll tell you the little I know, but remember, I'm a gladiator, not a miner. Saying that, I haven't graced the Bloodlands in a while. Took a nasty blow to the knee, you see? Really? Rest assured, the fellow that dealt it got far worse. Anyway, I'm all mended and ready to make my return, and I want to be glorious, something that should be sung to the bards. So I thought a shiny new sword was in order, and there's nothing like a plumed oak, mauchutel? To draw a crowd. Why? Because it doesn't have a single piece of metal in it. Machuimil? It doesn't as a rule. I don't know, wooden paddle? Aye, not a speck of metal, but if you wield it right, the shards of Wyvern Obsidian embedded in the blade will cut armor like a hot knife through butter. Oh, but I'm rambling. You wanted to know where to find the stuff, not what I plan to do with it. Anyway, I vaguely recall a conversation I had with a miner a while back. We were talking about the Mucha whatever, and did I mention that's what you call more than one Mucha? I don't know what that word is. Well, it is. Where was I? Anyway, we were chatting about the sword, and a fellow said that he'd previously dug up Wyvern Obsidian around Thal's Respite in Eastern Thanalan, and that's all I know. Hope it helps. This is why we need voice acting. Force somebody else to say it before you expect me to. Anyway, let's switch to Alchemist. Let's go to Sapphire Avenue Exchange. I think that's where this is, yes. There's also another new quest hiding in the corner. You're the head potions brewer's lackey, aren't you? Let's have the goods then. I see Severin did nothing to put a stop to this. He should know full well the consequences of handing such overly dangerous substances to a criminal organization. Confused? I'm Wibwela of the Sultansworn. I infiltrated the notorious robber gang, the Velvet Hands, after learning of their plans to attempt a bloodless heist against the palace. An attempt I can only assume is meant to emulate Mistbeard and his legendary act of larceny. The blinding potions were to be a key element in their scheme. It's probably a good idea I do this now, because this quest might change in the future. Wondering how your guildmaster would handle a request from such unsavory elements, I insinuated myself into a position to receive the delivery. His lack of restraint is disappointing, but not entirely unexpected. He's not a man he once was. Oh, certainly. Severin has always had a passion for his work, but ever since the tragic events of the Calamity, it has become an all-consuming obsession. Your superior may as well have upended one of the flasks over to his own head, for the little he sees of the world that flows unnoticed around him. Would you take a message back to the guild for me? I want you to tell Severin to cease his insane quest of his. At first, I thought the distraction of his research might prove beneficial, but he has lost all sense of self-control. No, my sister would never countenance this destructive behavior. I will have Wunaja returned to me. And there's a new quest over here, too. That unlocks something. Desynthesis. For the 12's sake, what living am I to make without wares to sell? She promised the shipment would be here by now. Oh, you there, you're an adventurer, are you not? Might I ask for your help in tracking a shipment of goods sorely behind schedule? I know what you're thinking. Considering the client, this request is certain to benefit you as well. If you're up for the task, I would have you speak with Nesting Heron at the bonfire of Central Thanalan. For the shipment is to be late, I can only imagine some new innovation that Mudamik's fellow has her preoccupied. Let's see. Return to Alchemist, I think. You were absent too long. Your delivery was well received, yes? She demanded that I return Wunaja. Ah, I see you've met the cold-hearted and conniving Wubwela. Notice she means return a person. I have not the slightest intention of giving up on Wunaja now. I must remain focused on the successful culmination of my greatest experiments, so that I might tell her. But this matters have no place in our discussion. Once again, you have spared me a bothersome interruption, and proven your alchemical expertise in doing so. From this day forth, I shall think of you no longer as my lackey, but as an assistant in truth. So, soon we shall achieve the ultimate expression of alchemy. I bid you return to your studies and prepare for that glorious moment. Yeah, it is definitely hinting at something here. Keep that in mind. That he is practicing on a person and somebody else wants said person, their sister, returned. Hint, hint, y'all. Okay. Nesting Huron at Bonfire. What was the other one that was here? Weaver and Goldsmith. Do I have anything for either? Yes, I do. Something awful has happened. It's Gigi. Instead of behaving better, he's acting even worse. Keep in mind music. A traveling merchant was here not a bell ago to discuss potential contracts with us. In the midst of negotiations, Gigi commanded on the man's jewelry, claiming such tawdry baubles are beneath even a Luminson whore. Unsurprisingly, the man became quite upset and stormed off. Our members' understanding is that Gigi can be a harsh critic, but this foreign gentleman, Roteron, was visiting us for the first time. As if it were a guild member, we must have overlooked the incident, but he was potential business partner. Ah, this is such a disaster for the guild. We must make it up to him. Can you help me? Before Gigi offended him, we discussed a bulk order of Masholite earrings. By way of apology, I'd like to gift Roteron a pair of these, the finest we can craft. If the gods are good, he will forgive us for the incident. You're one of our best, so I'd like you to craft the earrings. When they're ready, please present them to me for inspection. Malachite. Malachite. Do I have any malachite? Sunstone. We need to actually make the stones themselves first. Yes, I do have malachite. Okay. And malachite earrings require... Or which is it? Yeah, malachite earrings. If I can find any. Oh, wait. They're probably at the bottom. Heliodor, Peridot, Aquamarine, Amethyst, Goshenite. Maybe they're not that hard to create. Maybe I'm like making... There we go. Malachite. I need a silver ingot, which I have, and 2 malachites, which I should also already have. Provided I didn't sell them all or use them all. They're probably still in a raw stasis. They might be in gemstone form, and they might be in raw form, so we need to check. Malachite, it's in raw form. I need to refine it. But that's fine. That's easy. Okay. Need to refine some malachite first, 2, to be precise. Okay, I can achieve 40 with my current goldsmith rank. Okay, 2 malachites. So earrings, was it this one? No. Here you go, malachite earrings. Ooh, my silver ingot's not very good. I kind of wonder if I should try it anyway. Just get it out of my inventory, since I have a lot of turns to correct this. Sometimes if it's not too hard, it's good to get the trash synthesis materials just out of your inventory. There we go. There we go. Malachite earrings. put the rock back. Keep it organized. Do our best. Keep it organized. The earrings are ready yet? Such rich, vibrant greens! Even I couldn't have done a better job of cutting the stones. Despite being relatively commonplace, malachite is quite sought after, owing to its supposed power to ward off evil. Pieces bearing swirls that resemble an eye are especially popular. Superstitions notwithstanding, it does have some mild thermatological properties, meaning it's good for black mages. I must say, I think you're really outdone yourself. I pray that Rhodoron will feel the same. Much as I would like to apologize in person, I'm not sure he would be willing to hear me out, so I'd like you to deliver the earrings. Before he left, Rhodoron mentioned that he had other business to conduct at the Ruby Road Exchange. Chances are you'll find him there. And what of my character? Oh, I'm wearing these, even though I don't really... Oh wait, do I have glasses on? Yes, I do! I'm not a fan of that look, personally, but... whatever. He's at the... where? No. I can't find him. Here. Got it. God. Game, please. Not there. Here, which is next to the inn. Got it. Sometimes the map doesn't do a great job of keeping you up to date. That's right, the wake is gonna be here too. I might do this after I deliver these. Oh gods, not a guild goldsmith. Let me make myself clear. I just wanted to discuss a potential partnership. I do not know what I have done to offend your guildmaster and her assistant, but I understand that I am no longer welcome. Now please leave me in peace. Really now, I don't want to hear it. Just leave me. By the 12, I've not seen such fine craftsmanship. From Mr. Serendipity, I'm speechless. I never imagined the guildmaster would go so far as to personally craft... Wait, you are the one who crafted these, not the fair guildmaster? The gods do indeed work in mysterious ways. I don't believe I have properly introduced myself. I am Rhodoron, a traveling entrepreneur. I go wherever opportunity beckons, buying for a guild and selling for two. Long have I wandered the realm in search of fine accessories, as well as the talented goldsmiths who craft them. And you are precisely the sort of artisan I endeavor to meet. I would be honored if you allowed me to purchase more of your fine merchandise. Permit me to sell your wares, and I will both be wealthy in no time. But forgive my impetuousness. You are a guild goldsmith, and I must go through the proper channels. Very well, I will meet with Miss Serendipity once more. Please give my card to your guildmaster, and inform her that I shall contact her again soon to resume contract negotiations. Okay, let's check out the wake. The Dalamud wake. Which is probably here. Level 15. It's the anniversary quest. You're an adventurer by the looks of you. Perhaps you could assist me. I'm Kiba Jakaya, reporter of the Gordania's leading tabloid, The Raven, and I'm in need of help. Pray hear me out. You see, my brother recently wrote saying that he wished to meet me in Ul'dah during the Rising celebration. However, the appointed hour has come and gone, but I've seen neither hide nor hair of him. I've checked all the likely places in the city to no avail, and I'm beginning to worry. If it isn't too much trouble, may I ask you to help me find him? I'm in your debt. Now, my brother is a youth of 16 by the name of Nagi. He recently became an adventurer, something he had aspired since he was little. Being an adventurer yourself, perhaps you know of him, if not cross paths. I am not familiar with the name, alas. Aye, well, it would be too much of a coincidence, I suppose. At any rate, if he is in the city, chances are he is outside on some business. To begin with, I propose we split up and make inquiries in case someone has seen him. If you could focus on this area, I shall speak with those at the quicksand. Afterwards, let us reconvene by the entrance of the tavern. Siblings Rising. Okay, so this is the anniversary quest. So it's going to be timed. Greetings, adventurer. How may I assist you? Oh, Nagi. I understand he is doing some work for the Wandering Minstrel. I dare say his client can point you in the right direction. If you can track the man down, that is. I'm afraid I don't know his whereabouts at present. Something you need? Oh, Nagi. I know the sprightly lad. Couldn't say I know where he is now, but I saw him. He mentioned taking on some delivery work. He's a curious one. Gets along with everyone well enough, but doesn't seem to like working in a team. What with talk of bandits prowling the roads of late, I can't help but worry. I can relate to that. Gets along well with people, but isn't great in teams. Bran? That's only one letter off from Bran. Something I can do for your adventure? If you've business with Bran, the best state is quickly. The Gauze has leads to follow and incidents to investigate for the Harbor Herald. I see. With apologies, I haven't seen this Nagi. As a matter of fact, I've been rather busy working on my upcoming piece for the Rising. Why, just earlier I was interviewing an ever-enigmatic wandering minstrel who's got another unusual venture in the coffin. The Letter Forest, he calls it. If that piques your interest, I recommend you go and see the man. He's at the Gold Court, over at the Steps of Thal. It appears Nagi is carrying out some work for the Wandering Minstrel. If you talk to the man at the Gold Court, you should be able to learn more. I don't know where that is. That is... over there. Sort of at the central of the market district. The fact that there's a stage here makes me think something else is going to happen. Gotta be a warp crystal here somewhere. There it is. Bren and Bran are like the same, and the craziest part is that the A and the E is a vowel. Yeah. I mean, they have very similar sounds. Even my own mom, like, jokingly calls me Bran, so... Greetings, friend. By your dauntless bearing, I assume you're an adventurer. How might this minstrel be of service? You know, like cereal. So Nagi's sister wishes to find him. Indeed, I have entrusted him with the task, and I have an inkling as to where he might be. As you may have heard, the occasion of this Rising celebration, I am hosting an exhibit called the Letter Forest, and you're invited to anonymously submit letters to the forest and express their gratitude and encouragement for another, and all may pursue the letters at their leisure. Now, in order to collect missives from outside of Ul'dah, I have dispatched a chocobo carriage. Nagi is escorting said carriage. When he contacted me on Link Pearl a while ago, he said that they had emerged from the 12's on their way back to Ul'dah. Given the hour, they should have already arrived. I know not what is causing the delay, but might I trouble you to look for them? I would go myself, except I am needed here at present. Hello, random people. I'm truly grateful. In case it helps, the carriage was meant to pass through the Black Brush Station, so perhaps you could take the search to that area. I pray that nothing has befallen them. Which is a good way of saying that something has probably befallen them. there you are. Were you able to learn aught of Nagi? Escorting a carriage for the minstrel, so that is the way of it. As suggested, let us take ourselves to the Blackbrush station and try searching in the vicinity. Alright, warping. Thankfully, these quests don't tend to be as long as, like, Genshin quests. No sooner did I arrive than this man came running out of breath. You're an adventurer? Thank the 12. It's the bandits from the Quiver and Manse. They've fallen on a chocobo carriage over at the Clutch. The carriage only had one guard, and he was sorely outnumbered. Please, you must help him. That has to be Nagi, with me. Damn it, there's no end to them. We have you now, you stubborn little shit. Enough! Leave my little brother alone, or 12 as my witness you'll receive such a thrashing as you've never known. Something tells me I'll be doing the thrashing. From this fierce adventurer here, that is. Yep. Seriously? That's no ordinary adventurer. Retreat! So somebody can finally tell that I'm armed to the teeth. Oh, you're alright, Nagi. No, I'm sorry. I didn't come when I would, sister. Rest assured, I'm not too badly hurt. That's a relief. I'll take proper look at your wounds back in the city. It seems you're an adventurer too. Thank you for your help. What's your name, if I may ask? Bren, I'll remember it. To send your foes running without even drawing your weapon. You're clearly a great adventurer. I still have a long way to go, embarrassing myself like I did. If I want Sister's approval, I'll need to go stronger and be able to fight on my own. My approval? But first things first. Brennan, again with this. It's with trifecta of Brens. Brennan and I have a delivery to make to the Rising. If you'll excuse us, we'll hurry back to Ul'dah. Let us head back as well. I had a mind to pay the minstrel a visit in any case. Well, considered Ul'dah is sort of a mix between African and Middle Eastern cultures, it's not a big surprise that all of these names are coming up. Welcome back, my friends. Pleased I am to see that Nagi is safe and well. Rising attendants inform me that they now have all the letters. With this, we may proceed with the letter forest as planned. Thank you, Nagi. I'm sorry I'm late, you see. Yeah, the letter forest is them basically hanging up the letters, like, on the fountain right here, as you can maybe see? I don't... Oh, yeah, there we go. Now you can see my mouse. I couldn't see my mouse in the preview. I'm sorry, I'm late. You see... Were it not for Bren, there's no telling what might have become of the letters in Brennan. At the end, it was utterly useless. So that's how it happened. As Nagi's client, allow me to thank you as well for coming to his aid. That being said, my boy, you were far from useless. Nay, you bravely defended the carriage up until help arrived. There is no need to belittle yourself so. Well, Bren didn't need to rely on me, anyone. They drove off the bandits with nary more than a stern look. I couldn't hold a candle to them. Like them, I want to be able to deal with any problem without help. Otherwise, I can't claim to be an adventurer worth his salt. Without help. Tell me, Nagi, all this time, have you been working alone, even for dangerous tasks? That's right. A worthy adventurer doesn't rely on others. If I'm to be the kind of adventurer you approve of, I must be able to handle everything myself. I see. If that is what you believe, then I can't consent to you being an adventurer any longer. Return to our village and start over. But you were just so happy for me when I became an adventurer. I'm working so hard to succeed, to prove to you that I have what it takes, but now... You've developed a grave misconception. Until you recognize what it is, I can't in good conscience approve of your calling. If you can't accept this, if you wish to remain an adventurer, then you must win me over, and it begins with pondering why you first embarked on this path. All right, sister. I'll think on this. I'm sorry you had to see that. Despite how it may have appeared, no one wants my brother to succeed more than I do. To succeed and be happy, after all. I know better than any how hard he works. Unless he's changed his ways, however, he is likely to die somewhere out there. And even if he manages to stay alive, he would only know an arduous life. That is why I didn't go out of my way to be gentle when dressing his wounds. If he could just focus on what actually matters, instead of obsessing about gaining my approval and comparing himself to others... So how is Fontaine in Genshin? It's the only reason I didn't watch the videos because you don't want spoilers. That's fine. I'm kind of mixed on it at the moment. The setting isn't really my favorite in fiction, so I'm having a harder time adjusting to it than I would other regions. It's just a personal preference thing. Nothing's wrong with it. It's just, like I said, my own media interests. I'm not really one for, like, European period drama settings. I kind of have a history of them based off of other people in my life being really pushy with them. Pushing them on me, so there's kind of a little bit of a clash there. And I haven't really had time to, like, explore. It's all been story so far, so I really haven't had the chance to actually just, like, wander around Fontaine yet. So I haven't really gotten into the gameplay mechanics of it, so I can't really speak too much on Fontaine as of yet. I can't really say I have enough experience to form an opinion on it. If truth be told, no matter what Nagi wants to do, it is my intent to support him. It's his life, after all, and no one else's. It isn't my place to interfere. But be that as it may, if he is sabotaging his own aspirations with the obsession of my approval, I can't simply lie idly and watch. Loath though I am to impose, until my brother has found an answer, I might trouble you to keep an eye on him? Please take it as a request from me. Ever has adventuring been dangerous, and it's more dangerous still for those who spurn help. But Kipa, I do not wish for Nagi to continue on his current path. As for a fellow adventurer, please help him find a better way. Thank you. Now then, on a related matter, I must pay a visit to the Weavers Guild, but I will see you again anon, if you excuse me. Nagi set off this way, so you may find him at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. We'll leave him in your capable hands, friend. Let's go. It's shorter to warp this way. Oh, it's you. What is it? Is that so? I'm sorry. Is this really something I should be doing alone? Still, it's nice to have someone to talk to. Like my sister bade me, I'm pondering why I chose to become an adventurer in the first place. Kipa has always looked after me since I was no more than 10, after our parents passed away. She was already a reporter by then, and her work took her to various places. From her, I heard the tales about adventuring and came to admire them. Upon learning the full extent of the impending calamity, she took us to a village in the mountains where our aunt lives. It's desperate times like these that people need stories of hope, and she used to say, I believed that she had wanted to remain in Gridania and continue her work, but she left in order to keep me safe. I was a burden to her then. I don't want to be a burden to her again. For that, I need to show her that I don't need to depend on others, and that I'm capable of adventuring who can handle anything by himself. Ponder as I might, I can't understand what is wrong with that. Well, when in doubt, I suppose I should just do what adventurers do and gather information. It would be good, I think, to spend time with people like my sister, people who aren't adventurers but are familiar with them. But who in Hula would fit that description? How about the face of the Adventurers Guild? Of course, who but Miss Momodi? In her capacity as guild representative, she's bound to have some valuable insights. I'll seek her out at once. Speak with him at the quicksand. Which I want to say is here. Yes, it is. I still remember when I first came here to sign up. I was a nervous wreck then, but now the place feels like a second home, and I come all the time for crumpets. They make them so springy, and I serve them drowning in butter and honey. Sorry, now isn't the time for that. Come, let us have a chat with Miss Momodi. Yeah, where I'm come, they're called English muffins. We typically have them with jam. Well now, if it isn't Bren and Nagi, to what do we owe the pleasure of both your companies today? I was hoping to get your advice on a certain matter. The misconception you've developed about being an adventurer, that's an interesting one, I have to admit. Try as I might to figure it out, I keep going in circles. I thought you might be able to offer some insights. This is just a gut feeling, but I reckon I understand what your sister's trying to say. Tell me, Nagi, suppose you fail to get your sister's approval. Would you simply give up being an adventurer? Would it become meaningless? From this here counter, I've indeed seen off many an adventurer, each and every one unique, with dreams and destinations all their own. But in spite of their differences, they all share something in common, a reason for first embarking upon their journey. Would you mind telling us why you chose the adventure in life? I wanted to see the world. I seemed exciting. A friend recommended it to me. It's a secret. I'll say I wanted to see the world. Because that is most in line with the character I'm meaning to create. How very like you. Keep that reason close to your heart now, you hear? And you, Nagi, what inspired you to become an adventurer? It's simple, really. I heard about adventurers from my sister and became infatuated with the lives they led. Like them, I wanted to be able to see the world while helping those in need. Then isn't that enough? Your sister's approval or no, you have reason all of your own. By the 12, I see it now. At some point, my desire to prove myself to Kipa had displaced my own motive for being an adventurer. That's the misconception Kipa wanted me to recognize. What a fool I've been. Wanting someone's approval isn't wrong in and of itself, but it's got nothing to do with why you're an adventurer. It shouldn't force you to do things you wouldn't otherwise do, like trying to handle everything alone. Well, that's enough from me for today. I've said my piece. What you do now is up to you, Nagi. Thank you for helping me realize, Miss Momodi. Think nothing of it. It's my job to watch over you all. Nothing makes me happier than to see you happy doing what you do. Thank you, too, for accompanying me. I think I know what to say to Kipa now. And though I am to trouble you again, there's something else I'd like your help with. You see, of the letters we collected in Limsa Lominsa, one of them was from an explorer who was seeking an escort for an exploration. By now, that letter should be on display at the Gold Court. I want to show it to my sister, and I'd be grateful if you could help me find it. Come, let's rejoin the minstrel. Which is back at the center. And I know the big crystal is off to the left, but I honestly think they're about equidistance for teleport crystals. Ow! I just knocked my knuckle against the desk. Ow. Nope. Going the wrong way. Oh, these maps. I wish I could just, like, permanently pin this open somehow. Ah, welcome back. Dare I hope you were able to find the answer? Yes, I'm happy to say Miss Momodi helped me come to a realization. When I go speak to my sister... I see. Well, by all means, feel free to borrow the letter. Does it have any distinguishing characteristics? As I recall, there was a large drawing of a blue chocobo on it. Very well. Let's all search together, the more swiftly to find it. Oh dear. It actually wants me to look for it. It's over here. Dear not-so-new adventurer, as a traveling merchant, I've had my fair share of happy encounters, but sharing a carriage with you stands above them all. For you see, I want to sell the veritable crate loads of the rings I gave you, and turned enough of a profit to buy my own carriage. You shared with me your adventurer's luck, and I count my blessings every day. My only regret is that I neglected to ask you your name, so I don't know your doings. If my instincts are on the mark, though, you've surely made a name for yourself. Wherever you are now, my friend, I pray that your continued safety and success. While the contents ring a bell, the letter isn't written by an explorer, nor does it bear the drawing of a blue chocobo. It isn't the missive Nagi is looking for. Okay, so not that one. Another one, maybe? Oh, there's more. Dear adventurer, how fares your journey? Mine continues, and I wake up to the sound of birdsong and lie down to sleep beneath the moonlight as I seek unablated trails. Long ago, with an adventurer aided me, I was made to realize just how alike we are. Deep down, we are simply travelers who thrill to make new discoveries. Thus do I write this letter now, in hopes of recruiting such like-minded souls to join me on an expedition. If you share my desire to make the uncharted charted, then I invite you to seek me out at the Drowning Winch in Limsa. Eagerly do I await your coming. This letter, recruiting adventurer, bears the drawing of a blue chocobo. It must be the missive Nagi is looking for. No luck over here so far. How about you? A blue chocobo? Yes, this is the one. All that's left then is to talk to Kipa. Do you know where she is? She went to the Weavers Guild, saying that she had business there. Perhaps she's buying clothes. At any rate, I'll look for her there. Thank you. For this, too, I might trouble you to accompany Nagi. Afterwards, I ask that you tell me how the events unfold. I shall await you at the Ruby Road Exchange. This way has the teleport crystal. It's not actually that far away, but it's probably still faster to warp. You're here too? I must confess, I'm feeling rather nervous, so I appreciate your presence. Oh dear, you came to find me. My apologies for taking so long. So, Nagi, were you able to find the answer? Hi. To begin with, I want you to look at this. An explorer is assembling an escort for expedition. Clearly sounds exciting. In wanting your approval, I was determined not only to rely on others, but a part of me dearly wanted to be part of an expedition, to go where I dare not set foot alone, so I've decided that I will answer the invitation. Then this means you've given up on trying to do everything alone. And I'd wanted to prove to you that I'm capable, that I'm no longer just a burden, and in my obsession, I thought of why I became an adventurer in the first place. To see what lies beyond the horizon and lend a helping hand to those I meet. That's what drives me, and I was able to remember thanks to Miss Mimodi and Bren. And whether or not you approve, I want to continue adventuring of my own reasons. Is that alright with you? Didn't you actually just say you didn't need my approval? To be clear, I never actually intended to stop you. Do you remember what you once told me, Nagi, shortly before the calamity struck? Did you interview adventurers again today? What were they like? What kind of places have they been to? You never get sick of hearing about adventurers, do you? Never ever. When I grow up, I want to be an adventurer too. Well, that's as fine as aspiration as any, but do you know what kind of adventurer you wish to become? A hero like in the tales, perhaps? Oh no, sister, not a hero. Adventurers are free spirits, and I want to be the freest spirit of all. Oh yes, I'll travel the world and meet lots of people, and when I visit home, you can interview me as much as you like. For that boy to spurn help for want of my approval, I couldn't bear to see it, and in order to bring you to your senses, I may have spoken a little sternly. As an adventurer, you'll experience no small amount of hardships, but you chose your path because you wanted to be free. So don't let yourself be shackled by expectation, be it your own or that of others, and instead take things as they come. As long as you are true to yourself and recognize your limits, you'll surely find a way forward. And remember, not every hero can accomplish everything alone. Relying on others doesn't make you a lesser adventurer. If anything, the freer we are, the more we need to look out for one another. And that, I believe, is the essence and beauty of adventuring. Wouldn't you agree? Wholeheartedly. Understood, Kipa. I won't ever forget this. Knowing you, I expect you're raring to answer the explorer's petition in Limsa Lominsa. You'll be taking an airship, yes? In which case, I shall give you these garments now. I had them made for you, thinking it was past time you had something better. For me? Thank you so much, sister. I must thank you too, Bren. You're the kind of adventurer I admire, and I'll keep working hard to be like you. I couldn't have asked for a better person to watch over my little brother. I appreciate everything you've done for him, and look forward to meeting you again, be it for a story or something else. With that, we take our leave of you. Till next time. You see the siblings off, safe in the knowledge that all will be well. Time to rejoin the wandering minstrel and relate to him the tale's happy conclusion. It's a little more simpler than last year's. Where am I going? Ruby Road Exchange, which is... Where? Where are you taking me? You're taking me... Okay, you're taking me back to the Adventurers Guild. So far it's a bit simpler than last year's, but that's fine. Last year we got to meet like a spiritual incarnation of Yoshi P himself, the game's creator. Who was like, thank you for playing, which is both kind of cool and also really awkward. Welcome back, my friend. Judging by your expression, I take it all as well with Nagi and Kipa? I see. Pleased I am to hear that. When we first set out on our journeys, 'tis usually for the simplest of reasons. Yet we make our way, the reasons may become lost in a haze of motives, causing us to lose sight of what truly matters. In such a time, if we can but remember what prompted us to take our first steps, we'll always find the strength to take the next. Nagi shall be fine, I am certain of it. Many thanks for keeping an eye on him. These events have inspired a new verse in me, a verse about the dreams of those who seek new worlds, and the hopes of those who see them off. Oh wait, is it happening? Do I get to see the man, the myth, the legend? Greetings, Warrior of Light. Yeah, we do. Hey, Yoshi. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured up by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Yaoki Yoshida, and I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. Yeah, this is the game's creator. They're being a little, fourth wall breaking with this. Though he does cosplay at his own events, so... 10 years have now passed since the world was reborn from its ashes, since we both set foot forth upon this journey. It's been that long, huh? Countless things have happened during that time, and I've had the pleasure of meeting many an adventurer along the way. Yeah, this is the game's 10th anniversary, isn't it? Truth be told, it hasn't always been easy. There are moments when I wonder why I must struggle so. Days when I'm tempted to cast it all aside. That's probably a really personal line too, because Yoshi himself dealt with battling cancer while he was making this game the past couple of years. But in spite of this, I always managed to carry on, and it's thanks to my wonderful comrades, and you, our esteemed adventurers. By now, I must have been regaled with tens of thousands of your tales. You usually share them with a smile, but even when it's with a frown, you tell me that you're enjoying yourself. 'Tis no exaggeration to say that I derive all of my driving force from you all. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Ours is an unending journey, and nothing would make me happier than if we could keep walking it together. As you make your way, we promise that we will ever be at your side, matching you step by step. Now the time has come for the vision to end. Time for your eyes to open up from this waking dream. Much time has passed since the world was reborn from its ashes. Countless souls have made this place their home. Every single one has left an indelible mark upon it. Together we have built this world, and it's our sincerest hope that we shall continue to do so for many years to come. So please be safe and well. May ever walk in the light of the crystal. I can't help but notice the Phoenix, too, that he summoned. Kinda has the color scheme for Final Fantasy XIV, which he also helped work on this year. Well, technically previous years as well, but got released this year, I should say. I dare say Nagi is aboard the airship by now. I pray that he and Kipo will find happiness upon their respective paths. I hope you do so as well, my friend. If you would lend me an ear, I would dedicate these verses to your future. By morning light the journey starts, a trill of hope within our hearts. On westerly wind to river song, into the world where we belong. Both fields of white and azure sky, sunset storm, a crimson fire. Jewels a-glitter on pitch-black veil, a new day dawns, so goes the tale. By eternal wind we carry on, boldly towards a golden morn, with memories as a guiding star, shining our steps both near and far. Where you will go, whom you will meet, what you will see, there is no telling what your future holds for anyone. Yet come what may, I bid you never forget this. The bonds you forge, the memories you make, and the footprints you leave behind, they shall one day spur you forward. So pray continue walking your own path. Whatever your journey leads, I shall be praying for your happiness. Happy anniversary, 10th anniversary, Final Fantasy XIV. With memories shared, yet all our own, as we brave frontiers unknown, thank you for 10 years. And we get a couple things. We get a Rising Phoenix whistle, so I think I can summon the Phoenix. And Namiya Potpourri. Fragrant bundle of potpourri brings a sense of tranquility. I'm guessing that is like some sort of like confetti popper. You now have access to the letter forest at the Gold Court. Speak with the tender stationed there to read the letters. Additionally, you have also unlocked the Kupo Kupo Adventure minigame at the Steps of Nald. Speak with Nonura at the Ruby Road Exchange to play. Along with other minigames may also be played by opening the toy chest in any inn-room. Achievement unlocked. A decade of adventure. So there we go. That is the yearly quest. So let me see if I can find our flute. So let's use our flute that we got. You can now summon the Rising Phoenix mount. So that mount that carried us away in the cutscene, I can now use instead of my chocobo. As for these, I'm probably gonna store these for now. Greetings, adventurer. Are you here to test your skills in the excitement of Kupo Kupo Adventure? What is Kupo Kupo Adventure? Kupo Kupo Adventure is a glamour-generated game in which you control a Moogle armed with a magic rebounding ball and do battle with hordes of fiends. The game was apparently developed by fun-loving engineers. I do not know the individual personally, I'm afraid, but it's my pleasure to attend those who wish to play. If you have a spare moment, then by all means give it a try. Let's get started at once. Please enjoy yourself. I have no idea what this entails. Oh my god! What the? Hello, Final Fantasy I. Start? What in the world? I don't know. Enemy turn? Player turn. Ah, I can go through the crystals. Good to know. Actions. Oh, I can do it like... Oh, I can ping pong it! I didn't know I could ping pong it! 20 damage to a target in front of you. 10 damage to all enemies in an area. Restores HP. Erects a protective barrier. Grants automatic revival. Where do I find this? It's part of the seasonal event for the 10th anniversary. So Ul'dah, you start out in Ul'dah for the wake. Whoops. That didn't go where I thought it was.
It didn't do quite what I wanted it to.
Same for the crystal. Yeah, it sort of worked. It sort of worked, but also sort of didn't. If I can bounce this in this way. There we go. That's better-ish. Final Fantasy VI bosses are encroaching. Pom-pom fire. That's also... I want to move my character up and down, not my spells. Thank you! It sounds simple, but sometimes just taking out the one is better than focusing on hordes. Dang it, Ultros! Can I hit him twice? Yeah! Stage 1 clear. Wait, the cactus is moving! I don't know if this is going to be permanent or not. I recognize this as a Final Fantasy XIII enemy. Everything's in a nice... Nope, that's not where I wanted it. That's not where I wanted it at all. It's kind of choosing targets for me, which I don't appreciate. It's coming back down. Go, go. Damn it. It didn't move when I thought it would. That's better.
Dang it.
One more hit on the bomb would take out, like, all these. You're not who I wanted to hit! Oh, this is getting bad. There we go, it's better. Really? Let me move my character down. No, that's not what I wanted. I was trying to move my character. Oh, control schemes. There we go. What's this? Palm limitations, vulnerability to floor effects. Oh, I'm not doing so good. Palm cure.
not gonna make it.
That's better. Oh, hello. No, I wanted it to go up. There we go. It's more in line with what I wanted. If I don't die, I'm gonna die. Oh, damn it. If the poison hadn't gotten me, I would have been okay. New record. Kupo Kupo Adventure. Anyway. Cute. I don't know what we get for winning, but cute. Thought I'd try it out at least once. Where are we going? We were going to Retainer. Drop off some rare materials. It'd also be nice if I could mark certain materials to let me know, like, hey, something super duper rare, don't get rid of it. So let's put this in here. That retainer almost full. No. Seasonal miscellany. At least it tells us that. At least it gives us that much. Bomb ash, I need to keep that. Alright, so yeah, there we go. That's it for seasonal. What else do we have going on here? Serendipity. Port back to Serendipity. So return to Goldsmith. Return to our Disciple of Hand quests. Welcome back! While you were gone, I performed some basic maintenance on Gigi. I'm not sure if I fixed the problem, or if there was even a problem to begin with, but... Oh, but what about Rotoran? Did you find him? This is wonderful news! Not only has he forgiven us, he desires a business partnership even more than before. I knew I was right to count on you. There's something about your work that moves people, something that touches the soul. It's a gift, and it can't be taught, as much as I wish it could. No, you've always had it in you, and you grow more skilled, you only become better at expressing it. I'm certain that that was part of Rotoran's decision. Since we know he'll request your services when he next visits, you'd best work hard until that time comes. I probably have all of these, so yep. I've been waiting for you. You remember Rotoran, the merchant from whom you made the exquisite earrings? He paid a visit not long ago, hoping to find you present. In fact, he was positively heartbroken that he couldn't speak with you in person. It's so hard to believe that he was once so furious with us. It's as if that unfortunate incident never happened at all. But returning to the matter at hand, Rotoran has commissioned you to craft a firebrand, one of peerless quality, of course. When you've finished it, it must insist that I evaluate your work. It's not that I don't trust your craftsmanship, but Rotoran is an important client, to say the least. Firebrand, what does that entail? Horn staff, Wolffang needle, lightning brand, water brand. It's a staff of some sort. I'm guessing two-handed? Oh no, one-handed probably. Okay, so it's gonna be in the 40s, I bet. No? Firebrand, 35. A silver ingot, an Edelgoat horn, and an Eye of Fire. I should be able to craft all those things. So we have the silver. I probably need to go get an Edelgoat horn. There we go, silver ingot. Okay. Pretty sure I have Eye of Fire in my retainer inventory. I just need to go get it. Again with us. Sorry for all the back and forth. It's just how these quests be sometimes. Trust to withdraw items. One of these fire rock. So I need one of these. And I also need an Edelgoat horn. Oops, damn it. Return to default position. Didn't mean to move that. Here we go. I have fire. Remember, it was 35. One hand to Thermaturge. Firebrand. Giving me a whole ton of experience bonus on this one. There we go. There we go, Firebrand complete. Put your things away, if not in use, save on space. Save on space. Hit the sort button. Save on space. I'll need to craft my second craft as if I'm making them from scratch, as if they're like a doll or something. I need to enlist my second retainer relatively soon because I'm running out of space. Is the Firebrand ready? Alright, Gigi. I know this is your first evaluation in a long while, but I'm sure you can handle it. Nyeh, Firebrand, burn, burn, make it burn them. Gigi is the one true lord of the inferno. Mwahaha. No, Gigi, no! What did I tell you? No fires! Please forgive him. I might have knocked something loose when performing maintenance earlier. But I'm certain it's nothing important, really. Other than the occasional outbursts, he's relatively stable. Well, for Gigi anyways. Ah yes, the scepter. I must say that you've once again done a marvelous job. I'm particularly impressed by how well you set the Eye of Fire in the scepter. This gemstone is the focal point of the design, both aesthetically and practically speaking. It's what allows a Thermaturge to channel the ethereal energies within. And it's what transforms the piece from common instrument of death into a stunning work of art. Any veteran Thermaturge would doubtless be satisfied by both the quality and efficiency of the Firebrand. I just know Rhodaron will be happy to receive it. I say we give him the gift that keeps on giving. I say we give him the gift of fire. Gigi, there will be absolutely no gift giving on my watch. Have I made myself clear? Ah, you can leave the rest to me. I'll see that Rhodaron receives your Firebrand, and nothing else. I think we're good for let's take money. There we go, we need one more level in order to take on the next quest, so I'll probably do that in my own time, just with like refining gemstones and whatever of a slightly higher grade. Eventually I'm gonna get some electro ingots, so that definitely will get me up to where I need to be. So next is Weaver. Okay, I need to take on the quest. I haven't taken it on yet. I'm like, do I have anything I need to deliver? Ah, there you are. I have a job that's absolutely perfect for you. You remember Wabaruka of the Miners Guild Quartermaster? Of course you do. Well, you'll be delighted to hear that he's finally come to appreciate the benefits of finer garments. And because he was impressed by the scarf and slops you wove for him, he has personally requested your services. I told him I would send you at the earliest opportunity. Well, what are you waiting for? This is the earliest opportunity. And he is... where exactly? Over by... the, Miners Guild. Hey, how's it going? Big Rose sent you, did he? Well, I asked for you by name, you know. Any road. I won't beat about the bush. I want the best damn pair of velveteen gaiters you can make. I know. What's a bloke like me doing with fancy shoes and all that? Well, the thing is, there's this girl, and, oh, don't make me spell it out. Trouble is, she's from a rich family. Proper rich. As in, her servants got servants kinda rich. Which is why I've got to make a good first impression, and to even have a chance of doing that, I need to be dressed up to the nines. I can't very well introduce myself to a lady like her looking like, well, like me. Any road, I'm counting on you. Oh, and I ain't letting Big Rose give this to me for free, neither. I got my pride, you know. Wouldn't feel right wearing a pair of swanky gaiters if I hadn't paid for 'em. Pair of velveteen gaiters to Rose. Do I have what it takes to make the gaiters? Velveteen gaiters. Where would they be? Velveteen trousers, towels, gaiters. Shoes! They're shoes! Okay, so I need silver ingot, rubber. Do I have the latex in my inventory, or am I gonna have to hoof it? Okay, it's in my inventory. This is why I carry things around, if I think it's a common enough ingredient. Next is silver. Silver complete. Back to Weaver. Okay, I need undyed velveteen and undyed cotton. So these are the right ones, right? Yeah. Because I've made it before because they have better control, so that's part of one of the things my character is already wearing. Do I need... what do I make velveteen out of again? Cotton and dire web. Probably gonna need 2 of these. One for the velveteen, and one for the undyed cotton. Oops. Undyed cotton. Completed a weekly achievement. Those are another thing. Dyed velveteen. I was gonna say I should probably have diorite already made, and I do. Alright, gaiters. Velveteen gaiters. Oops. Synthesize. Now for the delivery. Your client is waiting. Do you have his gaiters? Sir, your gaiters are ready.
Nice. They look good. They feel good. Hells, they even make me feel like I look good. And I bloody do and all.
Sir, what is that? What are you wearing?
Ah, like me trousers, do you? My pa, God's rest his soul, wore 'em when he was first courting me ma. Never fail. These don't. Core, look at me. I feel alive. I feel ready. There's no stopping me now.
But sir, I say, sir! Confound it all. His ma certainly had some preferences. Well done. You may take solace in knowing that you did what you could. Perhaps I worry unduly. The girl may well be stirred by his earnest efforts. And even if she is not, she may yet overlook his bizarre appearance, gaze deep into his eyes, and see the warm-hearted man within. Or she might see him and run screaming for the nearest brass blade. Who can tell? Greetings. If you have time to spare, there is a task I would like to assign to you. Wawaruka has requested your services once more. It seems his previous attempt to woo Kokomo met with disastrous results, as I predicted. It would be best if he told you the rest. Now run along. You know where to find him. Over by the mining, I would say? Yeah. That's not what I meant to do. This. Hey there! So, what did Big Rose tell you? The brass blades chased me all over town. Well, it wasn't that bad, but Kokomo's pa did run me off, calling me disgusting pervert and whatnot. But I ain't giving up on her so easily. No, sir. She's something else, my darling Kokomo. See, one day I was making a delivery to Baba Wally's shop when these two boys walk in and start hassling the customers and staff. So I confront the youngins and it gets a little heated. Long story short, I have to make him leave. I'm a little roughed up at this point, you might expect. Then here comes Kokomo, all grace and splendor, thanking me for what I'd done. And when our eyes meet, I suddenly realize that I can't hear a word she's saying because my heart's pounding harder and fiercer than the hammers. Till then, she was a nice young girl helping her father. But then she had to go and look at me like that, and I wanted to say something, but my words left me that day. But I can't do it. But I can do it. I just need to do it properly, like a gentleman. After talking with me mates at the bar, I'm thinking a more conservative approach is in order. If I wore, say, a quality linen shirt, it would show that I'm a responsible, respectable man. I'll meet you at the guild for the fitting as usual, right? Okay, for linen, we need flax. So let's see. Linen. Woolen yarn. We're not up to woolen yarn. We're in linen. Linen chouses. Linen shirt. So I have the edel goat. I have the linen yarn. I just need some undyed linen. And then we can make a linen shirt. Thankfully, the equipment I'm wearing is good enough that this isn't too much of an issue. Okay, linen shirt. Is that it? Just a linen shirt. Wait a minute. Oh, I need another ale goat letter. That's fine. $48. back to Rose. Have you made the client's shirt yet? He seems quite eager to try it on. Well, I think we can all agree this is far more appropriate than a leather harness.
Cor, this is perfect. I never knew fancy clothes could be so comfortable.
Sir, could you please explain how you chose those other garments? We're not showing off to her as Pugilist. We need to be a little more tactful. Oh, and the hat! Oh my god, the hat and the glasses! I hated those in the Spellweaver categories.
Well, the hat belongs to a goldsmith I know. Says it makes me look smarter and whatnot.
And his chaps! Oh no, he's in his tidy whities. I do not need to see that.
The subligar is courtesy of another miner. He reckons that us men what work the mines ought to flaunt our chiseled bodies, like this, and the trousers are overrated. So cheeks are out and full. Like some sort of bird dance. The gauntlets and boots are the best-selling wares at me armorer friend's shop. Bit gaudy if you ask me, but if everyone else thinks I'm fashionable, who am I to tell them different?
And what about your old shoes?
Impressive, ain't it? You don't have to tell me. I can see you think the same. Gods, I've been such a fool. I should have asked my mates for advice from the start.
I think your mates are setting you up to fail. But sir, I say sir! Oh, how can he be so blind? It's absolutely, totally, and in all other ways inconceivable. It's hopeless. Utterly hopeless. Beg your pardon. I don't know what came over me, if you'll excuse me. Now I'm the one who needs the grog. There we go, 39, so I'll probably make some more just linen out of flax, and that'll get me up to 40 in my own time. So with that, we've secured some higher positions with stuff at Ulta. Alright, speak with the nesting heron at the bonfire. Gone to pieces. Let's warp out. It's gonna be with Mudamix, teaching us how to disassemble equipment. Ooh, actually, wait. How do I... Let me try something. Companion, mount, dismount, appearance. That's Chocobo gear. Mount guide. What's this? So there we go. Now I can ride this instead. Ta-da! It doesn't make a difference. It's just aesthetic for the most part. So where are we going? We are going up here. So if I want to call this, instead of my Chocobo, and be just all dang huge, where am I? I don't appear to be riding it. What is this? A flame reborn? Cast celebratory flames in honor of a realm reborn. Let's do that where we won't cause any problems. I see. So I can show off that I am a phoenix, apparently. You're going the wrong way. Oh, I didn't just mount a phoenix. I turned into a phoenix. I see. Interesting. Yeah, I feel this has a lot to do with the Final Fantasy XVI. What with the old Ifrit and Phoenix and the other primals and yada yada yada. I won't give spoilers, but yeah. Where on earth am I going? I'm trying to find Mudamix. Where are you, Mudamix? There we go, we're up here. Let's do it from afar just to see it. Interesting. Very interesting. Eventually we will get the ability to fly, so I can get a little further off the ground. It won't be quite as awkward, but... Disciple of Hand. Let's do it as... Do I need to be a certain one? Carpenter's lower, so we'll do it as that. What's this about a shipment? Oh yes, of course. The package is prepared and ready to be shipped. I meant to handle it sooner, but I've become engrossed in the study of desynthesis. I'll be sure to send word of your visit, along with his wares. You have not heard of desynthesis? I suppose you would have to visit the bonfire before quite often to keep pace with Munimix's myriad findings. Allow me to explain. Desynthesis is a new technique developed by Munimix to break down weapons and armor into their constituent parts. In short, it allows for the revival of those materials originally used to craft an item. On occasion, the process will also yield a particular crystallized mass. There is still much research to be done, but we believe that the mass is formed from residual spirit bond energies infused into equipment by the hands that crafted them. Because the process is similar to the creation of materia, we've come to call the crystal demi-materia. Uh-oh. Out at 6 tonight. Okay. That means I can go a little longer. Just imagine the applications, fortifying weapons, creating new armor, the possibilities are limitless. I may also be worth mentioning that while some of the demateria byproducts seemed unfit for reuse, their radiance was not unlike the rubies and sapphires one might find for sale in Ula. I imagine they would fetch a fair price if you were to show them to the right buyer. But if you are truly interested in learning more about desynthesis, I can think of no better way than trying it yourself. Perhaps the next time we meet, you can tell me of your findings. So break an item down into one or more its original materials. So if you have something you don't use anymore, you can desynthesize it for a few more extra materials if you need those materials. You can now use the general action desynthesis, and by doing so break down unwanted items into their constituent parts. The desynthesis action can only be used by a Disciple of the Hand level 30 or above. The desynthesis action can be accessed via the General tab in the Actions and Traits menu, or by selecting desynthesis from the Item Subcommand menu. You are now able to desynthesize items, reducing them to their original materials. To desynthesize an item, you must first be level 30, Disciple of Hands, select an item, and choose desynthesis from the subcommands to begin the dismantling process. Each discipline has its own desynthesis skill level. If your desynthesis skill is higher than the optimal skill rating for an item, there is an increased chance of receiving rare items. You will always successfully desynthesize items regardless of your desynthesis level, so never hesitate to desynthesize items you no longer need. Cut down on our waste. Marvelously mutable materia. Kokosamu would share news of his master's latent advance in the arcane arts of materia manipulation. Riddle me this, friend. Have you ever found yourself in the unfortunate situation where your pockets were near bursting with all manner of materia, save for the sort you wanted the most? Well, I have, and I tell you, it's like I bought a sack full of fishing poles to a gold mine. Now if I ask you, what if there was a way to melt down a couple pieces of materia that were availing you not, and mold them into a shiny new piece that, to may you willin', just might strike your fancy? That most handy procedure is something we like to call shifty making. Rather, that's what Master Munimix calls it. Myself, I coined the term transmutation, which I'm hoping might find favor with adventurers like yourself. How's it work, you ask? I could tell you, but why ask the student when you can ask from the master? You can find Munimix right over there, likely jumping out of his boots, looking ready to trade tongue flaps about his discovery. Pusha, Uplander seeks knowledge of shifty making, yes? Then Uplander should make open ears to tongue flaps of Munimix. Process of shifty making is of big help use. First, be taking 5 need not materia, yes? Melty mix this one, melty mix that one, squeeze and squash, then big eyes. 5 need not are reborn as one shiny new. Sure, but shifty making is not simple like crafty making. Knowings of shifty making are much and many, and Uplander's brain cache, though big for Uplander, is small. Uplander need not be making worry face. If Uplander has many need not materia, bring them to Tent Rising. Munimix will shifty make for Uplander. Munimix will perform materia transmutation for you at any time, free of charge. Bring the goblin 5 pieces of unwanted materia, and he will transmute them into a single new piece as you see fit. I usually just sell them on the marketplace, I don't really care. That said, materia transmutation remains an inexact science. As for what manner of material will emerge from the time Munimix works his wonders, not even the goblin genius himself can say. So there we go. We can desynthesize and we can make new materia. So what do we see? We need Wyvern Obsidian, Sprigs of Chamomile. That's back at the Shroud. A lot of stuff's back at the Shroud, actually. Well, duh. It could happen to you. That's going to be the airship. Golden Opportunity. Obsidian Race. We're working on that. Yeah, we probably need to go back to Gridania. Alright, then. Or not. Back from the wood. Why is it listed as Gridania when it wants me back from the... game, I swear. And where are my letters? Wait, no. Vesper Bay. Go woot! And a new quest I see. Is this going to be a dungeon? Yes, it is. This is where I'm going to get the outfit I want to create for like thermiturs and stuff. Nedrick has a tantalizing bit of information to share with an adventurer. Hail, adventurer! You wear the expression of one who seeks new battlegrounds to hone your burgeoning skills. Do not ask how Nedrick knows, he simply knows. Now tell me, you perchance familiar with the sunken temple of Corn? I'm assuming it's pronounced corn. I will not hold it against you if you are not. The ruins only surfaced when the calamity split the ground asunder, after all. Any road, it's a popular destination these days for adventurers looking for new frontiers to explore. If you're keen to join them, why not make your journey to southern Thanalan and visit the temple for yourself? One with the many dangers that lurk within the immortal flames are keeping close watch over the place, but a Lalafell by the name of Bibimu should be able to offer you passage.
Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer, welcome back. Lady Minophilia waits you within the Solar. Please enter at your leisure.
I am almost certain this person was standing here days ago. Sir, have you not logged out in a week? Can probably actually close down the privacy bar. I'm given to understand the matter of Ramu has finally been resolved.
I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightfully claim, yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Levin will not trouble us in the foreseeable future.
Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me.
How fares the investigation?
Well enough. Thancred is sparing no effort. There are many in one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still.
I see. I have meaning to ask, but is Alice quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days.
Oh, you haven't, nor have I, alas. Alice has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust that Baldezaeon's report will serve you well?
I take it we can proceed as discussed.
Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act.
It is good to see you again. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph from the Twelves Wood. Owing to your efforts, the conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud.
With that, we can strike remove from the list.
So what's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan?
The Lord of the World has not answered his minion's call as of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least.
for time bears repeating. We can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Eustola says. Unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when the next primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend on it. Indeed. So then, if all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with... Gridania! Wait, I mean Garuda! My dyslexia does the same thing, honey. Who is the primal of the Ixal who live near Gridania? That is what I meant. So many malms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we would not long have wanted for a more practicable solution.
She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief?
But one sure step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs, under the sage guidance of the Seedseers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Is there something else? Beg pardon. A man named La Habrea sporting a red mask and robed in black. 12's Preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Ascians took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take the advantage to the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this La Habrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to... Tataru! A sylph in Thanalan. At long last, this one finds walking one Bren. This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder One Frixio to help walking ones. This one is called Neurexia. This one comes as friend. Let these ones be friends. Pleasure to meet you, Neurexia. There's a fae all the way out in the desert. You okay? You just sorta... pray do not concern yourself with my welfare. My current investigation has yielded some curious results, and at present I'm pondering how best to succeed. You look like you need a nap. Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express, well, everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to no end to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. Oh, we get more! I'm afraid there's no rest for the weary. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound to dealing with the other primals. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake.
I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe.
Quest accepted.
Okay. Hall of Flames. Like I said, that's back in Ul'dah. So, as weird as it sounds, even though that is there, since we completed the Sylph thing, I think it might be in my best interest to take a detour. It's still a plot detour. Do not freak out. But we need to go back to Limsa. I think it's time to see ourselves progress in a different manner. Being level 40 Marauder is going to be embarrassing, and people are going to yell at me in dungeons. So let's see if we can fix that. Where is he? It's the Thieves Guild. Hang on. Let me go up to the Marauders Guild just to get away from people, but... Job guide. Pride and Duty. Yeah, it wants to take me to Pride and Duty. So can I click on that? Oh, it is in here. Alright, I was right. Herp derp. Let's go in. It does start us off here. He's eventually going to move over to Costa del Sol, but... Pride and Duty will take you from the mountain. Axemaster Bjornsen needs an adventurer that he can trust. So we needed to complete the thing with the Sylphs first in order to come down in here, so... Total Rack, I think, needed to be finished in order for us to unlock this. Ah, just the person I was hoping to see. It's plain as day that we've no equal in our guild, and I have a task that I'd entrust to no ordinary marauder. To wit, I've just received a message from an old comrade in arms of mine who now serves as a guardsman in Costa del Sol. It would seem the fighting's grown fierce in these parts, and he finds himself in dire need of reinforcements. Mind you, this man is no white-livered whelp. He can wield an axe with the best of them, as evidenced by Master Gigeruju's paying gold coin for the services of him and his men. No, any enemy who could fluster that bunch is no one to be trifled with. I've sent Solqueeb on ahead to tend to the wounded. Seek her out upon your arrival, and she'll appraise you of the situation at hand. Alright, to Costa del Sol. Bren, ever the sight for sore eyes, a nasty bale of turtles has been preying on this area as of late, snapping and gnashing at everything in sight. Even the best man that Master Gigeruju could buy themselves is no match for the creatures. Word is it that the beasts have been sighted swimming in from the lightly guarded northern shore. I would send you there to investigate the cause behind their burgeoning numbers. What's this, a blooming coconut?
Them some big turtles. Ah, damn it all. We must see to the beasts. Alright, get the focus on me. Let's get out of the hot zone here. Don't mean to drag my healer everywhere, but you know. Oh my. That is a lot of enemies. He just wants some veggie. 7 hells, there's no end to them. Prepare to fall back. It's kind of weird also to have tortoises coming out of the water because tortoises are not the same as turtles. Tortoises are not aquatic. I'll see to the shellbacks. You whelps just try not to end up as turtle grub. That axe. I've not seen its like in... We must do what we can. Don't run off, please. I really just need to take this. Interrupted him, which is good. Oh, doggone it. My poor healer. In a way, we're kind of learning the ropes of having 2 tanks on a field at the time. Because eventually that will be future dungeons. You will have 2 tanks. It landed on me. Someone get me out from under the turtle. It's a good thing I'm wearing armor so it doesn't squish me. Let's send him scuttling back to your nests. You can call me Curious Gorg. Curious, really? It says Curious George. Gorg? One remark about the name and I'll rip your ugly heads off from your shoulders and suck the marrow out of your twitching spines. Well, it's in for me. Goodbye, all. You two are guards from Costa del Sol, I reckon. Not as such. We're of the Marauders Guild, sent here by Axemaster Wienerzen to assist in the defense. I am Solqueeb, and this is my comrade. From the guild, you say? Well, blow me down and call me a bogey. Had you told me sooner, I'd have introduced myself with proper respect. You're Bren, right? We only just met, but I see you're a strength to not found in an ordinary person. What say you unleash the beast within and become a warrior with me? A warrior, you say? So it was you I saw brandishing battle techniques I had thought lost to the sands of time. Lost? Perhaps in these parts, but where I come from, the way of the warrior is alive and well. My tribe has been handing them down for thousands of years. Same. Yet our numbers dwindle with every new summer, and this is why I left the mountain where I was raised to come here. What say you? If you would walk the path of the warrior with me, seek me out at Hidden Falls. The warriors of old. We've all heard the tales, but never once did I dream that warriors would meet one in the flesh.
My memory is cloudy, but many years ago it was said that there was a young Marauder in the company of heroes who would unleash crushing blows, therefore too unseen by his comrades. When the company disbanded, he was vanished, never to be seen again. Might that be Curious Gorg? I cannot vouch for the man's identity, but there can be no denying this display of strength we saw today, nor that he has taken a liking to you. This could be an opportunity for the ages. Hidden Falls, was it? Were I in your boots, I would head off there without delay. And so we intend to do so. I'll stick with my chocobo for now, since it seems to be ever so slightly faster. Gorge like the chasm, you think? Oh, maybe. Curious Gorge. Oh, let me also turn my... Oh, right! I'm not invisible to these, because I'm not high enough level yet. Tend to forget that. I knew you would come. Let us begin. Any person can take up an axe and call themselves a marauder, but to become a true warrior, you must prove that you can tame the inner beast that guides the blade. I'm an aura. We literally have a culture around this. I witnessed your battle with the turtles, and I must say that I was impressed. You've proven yourself far more worthy than this, than I could have imagined. In your hand now lies the soul of the warrior, a crystal which the deeds of 1,000 warriors from history are recorded. For countless generations, the soul has been passed to those of my tribe who choose the path of the warrior, to guide them and aid them on their journey. When your inner beast awakens, the runes will resonate, further empowering your will, and granting you such strength as you've never thought possible. Today there is cause for celebration, my friend. For you, though, I have ensured that my tribe's legacy will endure. Yes, it is for this day, this moment, that I come down from the mountain. Yet however earnestly I pursue my goal, I cannot deny the fear inside of me that my mission will ultimately end in failure. For you see, while I style myself a warrior, the truth is that I left the mountains before my training was complete. And while I carry me the chronicles of my ancestors detailing the ancient arts of war, I lack the ability to fully decipher the texts. Yet there may still be hope, for there is another who fled my village. One shared my dream of passing the teachings of the tribe, that can read the tome, my brother. Without him, I fear there is little more I can teach you at this time. But that will not discourage me from continuing my studies of the chronicles, nor shake my belief that the further secrets will soon reveal themselves to me. Until then, I ask that you use the knowledge I've passed on to you and continue your training. You must strive to harden your will so that you may endure the strain of future bonds. Or burdens, excuse me. Good luck, my friend. And so with this, we get the Soul of the Warrior, which changes our class, technically. It's basically part 2 of our class. Armory unlocked. Warrior unlocked. The next warrior quest will be available from Curious Gorge upon reaching level 35. Jobs. You have obtained a soul crystal. Soul crystals are required to change from your current job class to a more specialized job. You're going to want to do that. Don't stay as a regular marauder. There's literally no reason to. Each job has its own soul crystal and is armed with what can be equipped via the armory chest. While using a job, you will have limited access to actions from other classes. You will, however, have access to new job-specific actions, so some things change, basically. Job levels coincide with those of the base class. When a job level rises too, so does the level of the base class, and vice versa. Jobs that do not have a base class, however, will start from the level required to unlock them, usually 30. And their level can be raised independently of other classes and jobs. We'll get to that when we get to that. It's probably not going to be until Heaven's Word. So with that, go into character. See this empty slot down here that says Soul Crystal? We now have access to this. Upon the surface of this multi-aspected crystal are carved the myriad deeds of warriors from past eras. We equip this. Don't worry, you can't accidentally get rid of it. And we become a warrior. By changing your job to warrior, you may carry over the hotbar and crossbar settings from Marauder. Thank God. Yeah, let's transfer. The actions from Marauder may also be used when playing as warrior. Transferring these settings allowed you to readily play in a similar fashion. The option is recommended for those who have little or no experience with warrior. Yes. Should you require time to reconsider, this window will open again. Yeah, just transfer. Oh, I actually have to hold it. Yep. There we go. Hotbar and cross hotbar have been transferred, so that'll remain as is. I can refresh it. Reassign current gear to Marauder. Actually, no. We are new, so let us go in here. Delete set. Yes. And with this, we now need to create a new set. Warrior. Because we ain't going back. Ever. Here for the comfy Final Fantasy XIV times before going to work. Hi, Nehru! We have just obtained our job crystal so we can finally do more big damage. So, huzzah! We need to be warrior to accept future quests as well. We did the seasonal event, did some more Disciple of Hand because, as always, and we just finally became a warrior. For realsies. I have a little bit of a gripe with it being called warrior, though. I get the idea, and like in Final Fantasy I, your character could wield axes if you chose to start as a warrior. You could wield swords or you could wield axes. It was kind of not in your best interest to wield axes, though. They had much greater strength, but also much lower accuracy. And in Final Fantasy I, your accuracy sort of doubled as a crit rate, so by lowering your accuracy, you weirdly enough did less damage. So wielding an axe wasn't really the best of ideas, hence why also the legendary weapon was a sword. So it's kind of irksome to me that they call this class warrior. In reality, I really wish they'd called it berserker, because that is what this is. This is the berserker class. So you have the cool new mount? Yes, I do. Let's see. I showed it off once, but I can do it again. Let me just go into actions and traits, mount guide. Ta-da! We do have the limited timed mount for the 10th anniversary quest. So yeah, we did that earlier on stream. Curious Gorge is struggling to decipher the ancient texts. Welcome back, my friend. I can see that you've not neglected your training. For my part, I fear that deciphering the ancient chronicles of my people is proving to be much more demanding a task than I'd imagined. Also worth noting that Berserker really does fit Aura without too many spoilers, because they do have a tradition of being able to go berserk, essentially, and whether or not they can control it in certain tribes dictates whether they get to stay a part of that tribe, so being a berserker as an Aura actually makes a lot of lore sense. Hence why I chose it. The other main DPS I'm going to pick for my character backstory will make sense when it gets there. For other reasons that I'm not gonna go too far into yet, because I'm keeping it under wraps. I'm not neglecting your training. For my part, I fear that deciphering the ancient chronicles of my people is proving to be a much more demanding task than I imagined. Mind you, it hasn't helped that I've been somewhat preoccupied as of late. A comrade of mine from the days of the Company of Heroes asked me to do a favor, and it's taken me back and forth across the realm like some bloody fairy. I'm on a hunt for some mysterious feral beast that's been terrorizing small folk. People don't know where this monstrosity came from, but witnesses say that its thirst for blood is unlike anything they've ever seen. Unfortunately, the time I've spent in pursuit of the beast is time I have not spent studying the chronicles, and I'm sorry to say that I've made little progress. However, while on the road, I was able to decipher one passage that may be of interest to us both. From what I can gather, the chronicles tell of an ancient set of armor forged by my ancestors in the flames of the Seven Hells, and inscribed with the same arcane incantations that adorn the soul of the warrior. It would seem that the mighty armor was passed down from hero to apprentice for centuries, until one man, driven by rage and vainglory, cast all 5 pieces from Albletha's highest peak. Since that day, the armor has remained lost, and with it, the power that it harbors. As far as I can make out, the next passage in the Chronicle concerns the whereabouts of the missing artifacts, though I've only been able to make sense of the odd words thus far. Still, I must confess some excitement. Imagine what a warrior clad in such garb would be able to achieve. If only my brother were here. We could decipher the text together and spread the teachings of our people to the entire realm. Alas, he is not. His whereabouts are as hidden to me as those of the ancient armor. I would have liked you to meet him, if only so that you could have looked upon as the true warrior. Well, perhaps you still shall. Eorzea is not as large as most people perceive. Paths cross, face intertwines, we end up having you go from one end of the map to the other regularly. But such is the will of the spinner. It may be that my brother has chosen a similar path to mine. But I've rambled long enough. You're here to take the next step in your training, and so I shall oblige. In the southern reaches of Thanalan is the Sagoli Desert, a god-forsaken wasteland of naught but sand that stretches as far as the eye can see. It is here that the Leviathan of the Dukes lurk, a sandworm of gargantuan proportions. When facing this mammoth creature, you will soon realize that feeble hacks and slashes of your puny axe are ill-suited to the tasks of felling such a foe. But do not let this dissuade you. Wake the slumbering beast within and summon forth the strength that transcends the limits of your physical form. Mind you, first you have to find the beast, and that might prove a tall order in itself. The U tribe that inhabits the Forgotten Springs is wise to the movements of the denizens of the desert. Should you want for guidance, I'd wager they could set you in the right direction. So that's all the way over by the Golden Saucer. Before I do that, my hunting log was also very important at the moment. What do we got? Eastern Thanalan, Shroud, Southern Thanalan, Northern... Central... Ooh, it's gonna be in Korthus. Northern Shroud. I need to get some of these done in order to unlock my next rank in the Maelstrom, which is kind of important because I'm getting a lot of sigils. So I might also balance it between doing that North Shroud. Can I warp to the North Shroud? Let's see. We've got what we needed from Lanasi. Fall Grounds. This should be North Shroud, right? Yeah. Whee! Really weird detour, but, you know. It's raining. It's raining something good. Hail, adventurer. If you would not be adverse to courier duties, I have to report that must be delivered to Florinel's Spire with all haste. It's not just raining, it's raining sideways. Mind you, this information is highly classified. I trust you will deliver it to the hands of the Serpent Lieutenant Votfart without sneaking a peek for yourself. There's all kinds of quests around here. What the heck? A cozy bed, warm meals, fine spirits. I tell you, friend, ever since I came here, it's like I died and gone to Noficia's bosom. Go home to old that ramshackle hovel where nothing awaits but my gill-pinching wife and her endless winging. Never. Whinging. Perhaps you can help me. My wife's hired some poor sop to bring me home, but I reckon this'll give him a change of heart. Why are you married, then? I don't understand. Oh, there's the signal, so we're gonna have to wrap it up soon. How do you fancy Fallguard Float, traveler? Fine tea, warm beds, good ale, and good company at the Bob and Cork. Small wonder that it's many a wayfarer's favorite stop on the road to Korthus. Speak of the Bob and Cork, I was sharing a drink and tale with a traveler just a few bells ago. Apparently the poor fellow imbibed a bit too heavily, and when he came to, the key to his room was nowhere to be found. What's with all the rumors as of late? Both my friend and the innkeep are worried sick. If you happen to stumble across the key, would you be kind enough to return it to the Cork? You'll be saving me more than one man a sleepless night. And this is why we changed the keys on hotels. 1 second. Anything else here? It's over to the left. Might as well ride the chocobo. Make it go faster. Which I'm still going to use just because the other mount is 1, very big, 2, very flashy, and 3, kind of slow compared to my chocobo still, since I've yet to do enough MSQ to make it faster. What do you want? The missus paid me good coin to bring her good-for-nothing husband home. Your guild don't mean nothing to me. The missus paid me... What in the hell's... A room of me own here at the Cork, plus all the ale I can drink, fully paid, courtesy of Gogolata? Get out of my way. I'm gonna give that man a piece of my mind. Whatever that's about. Ooh, we can reach Korthus from here, too. there's an inn in Korthus. If that's the case, as I kind of need to wrap this up, it might be within my best interest to maybe journey forth. Anything here? Hello? What inn I rest at is not that big of a deal to me. Oh dear, really? Really now? That's one place to put it. I wonder how far away it would be to Korthus. Oh my god, there's so many more quests here! Ah! These parts abound with particularly ferocious beasts. You do well to keep a wide breath, adventurer, lest I be left to clean your carcass off the forest floor. A report from Godwin, you say? Very well, let us see. Traveling merchant waylaid by Kieran bandits, adventurer had hand bitten clean off by feral Ziz, etc., etc. The usual banalities. What's this? Sightings of a masked man. No casualties yet reported, but due vigilance should be exercised. Troubling news indeed. These parts are perilous enough without some masked marauder stirring up trouble. Thank you, friend. Rest assured that the Adder will be on the lookout for this interloper. I'm already wearing a sunstone choker that I made myself of better quality, so... Sometimes you forget how much of a side quest overload ARR is. Yeah! I want to take a look at Korthus really quick if I can get up there. I'm level 40, so it's probably fine. New area, yeah. Whee! Nice, big, and snowy. Is there an inn here? Camp Dragonhead Settlement. Fronts, repairs. I don't think there is. Is there really not an inn? Are you kidding me? Huh. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to warp back to Gridania since I'm out of time and must get going, so... Whoosh! We shall do the rest another time. But we got quite a fair bit accomplished. Timed quests. I got a lot of hand quests done, which means I can work on them more in the background in the future. Would like to unlock my next storm rank, just so that I do not accidentally max out my Grand Company coupons again. That sucks. With that, this is probably where I'm gonna call it for now, since I gotta get going. Said I got here late, thanks for the stream. Oh, don't worry about it, I'm happy for anybody to pop in at any time. But for now, this is where I'm gonna call it. We finished time stuff, I became a warrior, we did a little bit of MSQ, and I got hand quests way leveled up again, so there's still a lot to be done. So I plan to do more of this in the future, but this is where I'm gonna call it for today's stream. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined, and I hope to see you all in future streams. Bye-bye!